Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is not one I had on my bingo card. One of the biggest homeless charities in the UK are now going to be buying properties and providing their own accommodation. In this video, I'm going to talk about who this is, how many properties they're going to buy, and what locations are they looking to provide this accommodation in, and what impact as well will this have on the private rental sector. Before we jump into this, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We've just hit 51,000 subscribers, and by subscribing, you'll get all the latest property news, interest rate news, investing tips, and much more. And let's get some views on this video. Your part in this is really simple. All you need to do is smash like, tick or like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that's really helped the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that takes a minute to do that. So, Crisis are one of the biggest charities for homeless support in the UK, and they have been bashing landlords for decades, along with Generation Rent and Shelter. Now, in previous videos, I have said what they would do better is, rather than just lobbying government, making things harder for landlords so they're quitting, thus shrinking the rental market, they should make some properties themselves. Well, Crisis have decided that that's exactly what they're going to do. And you've got to say, hats off to them, to be fair, because we've all, as landlords, criticised and said, look, a lot of the stuff you're doing isn't helping the homelessness crisis. It's, in fact, making it much worse. Generation Rent, Shelter, Crisis, all of these charities are lobbying government constantly. And the policies that come out from that, things like the Renters' Rights Bill, those are pushing landlords out the market. In fact, for some reason, these charities are behind the push to get landlords to pay national insurance. Now, that doesn't make logical sense to me when they talk about stuff like that, because they know that by putting national insurance onto landlords, that's going to increase the landlord costs, that's going to get passed on to the tenant and cause more problems for them. So what are Crisis looking to do this time? And why is this potentially a good thing? So Crisis, they have a managing director, is called Matt Downey. Now, Matt is here to basically say, look, the government isn't fixing the housing crisis. It is a mess. Lots of people are becoming homeless. It's getting worse each year. In fact, it's nearly 9% increase in homelessness this year as opposed to last year. That's not good. So what he's saying is, well, we'll just fix the issue ourselves. We'll improve it. We won't totally fix it, but let's have a go at improving and making some properties for ourselves. And so they are looking to do 1,000 properties in the next few years. And they're going to focus on two key areas. First being London. Now, London makes sense because that's where the most people are homeless by volume. There's a huge homeless problem in London. I've seen that myself firsthand because, I don't know if you recall, I've actually helped with a company called Thames Reach. Thames Reach is a charity that I decided to spend a little while working with them and doing outreach. I made a little documentary on that. If you go on YouTube and you type Thames Reach James Nicholson, you'll probably be able to find it. And what we did there was really see the impact that Thames Reach had. So basically, they go out, they help and find people that are homeless, let them know what accommodation is available that evening. But the better part, what they do is then they get them in the daytime and they train those people. They give them skills, teach them to be carpenters, teach them to be electricians. They also have a partnership with John Lewis, which is really good. John Lewis don't shout about this as well, where they actually take people that have been rehabilitated and employ them, give them jobs, give them some accommodation as well. And that's a smart thing that they're doing there. Thames Reach is getting people off the streets by doing that. Now, this could work as well. So the fact that Crisis isn't just putting people in hostels and that kind of stuff, but they're giving them proper accommodation, and then hopefully off the back of that. It's not been announced in this, but I think they do this kind of stuff anyway, like giving them the people some mental health support and giving these people some skills, a safe place, and helping them with drugs and alcohol if they need that. So this, I think, is a positive thing. The frustrating thing is that this could be a not as bad situation if we hadn't just gone out there with so much anti-landlord rhetoric from all of these charities for a long, long time. So London is one of the places they're looking at, and the other is Newcastle. And so that's going to be their southern and their northern bases, where they're going to start investing in properties, making sure they're safe. They're not just going to be able to be just standard buy-to-lets. There's going to have to be extra stuff that they do to these properties and making sure people have support. I would imagine that they will be HMOs to start with, because that means they can help more people. But who knows? We'll see as this rolls out. But this is what shelters should be doing. Shelter have so much money coming into them each and every year that they could be building so many properties. Then they would have an asset that's worth money that they're going to get funding from the government. Once they've got people in there, they're going to get paid rent by the government to do that. They can leverage their asset and they could build more properties off that, even if they didn't get any other funding. That would be the smarter way to do that. And that's why I think what Crisis are doing here, I'm going to say, look, this is good. And I think we should see more of this stuff. And let's see what happens. Let's see how this trial goes. Once they've got 1,000 places, did it work? Are they good landlords? Do they follow the rules? Do they make sure that their properties are really good? Because what happens is councils, for example, those are the judge and jury when it comes to landlords, and they're going to be going around doing inspections on landlord, making sure good home standards are kept in those properties. But their own properties, the councils, are some of the worst in the country. So it'll be interesting to see if Crisis are top quality landlords, giving safe, warm accommodation with EPCs above a level C, or are they just going to be buying properties that are below an EPC of C? We'll see how this all works out. But in summary, I think this is a good start from Crisis. I think 1,000 properties could change a lot of lives. It could change many thousands of lives if you get multiple people in these properties and then give them the right support afterwards. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And before you go, do make sure that you grab a copy of our ebook, Mortgage Secrets. Thousands of you have already. This will help you find the best broker for you. It will also teach you about off-market lenders. There's tons of lenders that aren't on the internet. They're not with your broker. They're not on the comparison sites. They're all in this ebook though, and you can grab that in the description and you can grab it in the first comment. Do smash like on your way out and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.